All right, welcome back. So since we last spoke, you guys might remember the 10 escapees from New Orleans several months ago. I did a video about this several months ago, back when it happened. Well, they finally captured the last escapee. He was in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're going to watch this next video and break it all down, and I'll give my reaction and give my thoughts to it. But before we do that, if you are new here, if you like talking about true crime, if you like talking about current events that are happening in the news, make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button, and make sure you comment down below your thoughts on this situation and on this case. And also let me know down below if you would like for me to react to another case that might be going on, or another current event that might be going on. With that being said, let's get into today's show.
It's breaking news. 3 or 4 SWAT trucks up here. They lowered the arm down, went through the garage door, it looks like, and then there were flashbangs.
SWAT officers surround a home in Atlanta to find New Orleans' most wanted man hiding in a hole in a basement. And look at this video. It shows SWAT officers leading Derek Groves out of that home in handcuffs. Good afternoon. I'm Liz Reyes.
And I'm Lauren McCoy. Derek Groves was the last of the 10 inmates captured after they escaped from the Orleans Parish Jail in May. We look at the role Crime Stoppers played in his recapture, what's next now that he's in custody, and how DEA says Groves' luck finally ran out.
But first, Gabby Killett breaks down how authorities say they captured Groves. Gabby.
Well, authorities say they found Groves this afternoon in a crawl space in the basement of a home on Honeysuckle Street in Atlanta. They say they gassed the house multiple times to try to get him to come out. They say Groves did come out once authorities deployed a canine. This was the scene on Honeysuckle Street in southwest Atlanta. New Orleans U.S. Marshals contacted Atlanta authorities over the
Pause real quick. So one thing that sticks out to me immediately is the fact that, number one, so if you're not familiar with the 10 escapees, this one was the most crafty. Number one, this is not the first time that he's escaped prison. But number two, the fact that they tear gassed the place multiple times, and he had the capacity to know to crawl within a crawl space. I don't know his background. I don't know if he has military training. I don't know what it is, but there is something about this guy that knows how to get out of really tight and really difficult situations. And he's obviously very confident and very arrogant about this as well. Even at the fact that he is blowing kisses at the camera, almost as though he plans on doing this again. And like I said, this isn't even the first time that he's escaped this particular prison. So I'm curious to see, and I'm curious to know what happens from here. How do you prevent someone who is very comfortable in these type of situations and very comfortable finding a way out of prison to not be able to do this again? But let's continue.
With a tip from Crime Stoppers of Greater New Orleans. We're told law enforcement spent the next months narrowing down Groves' location.
Ever since the escape, which was in May, the U.S. Marshals in New Orleans, along with several other departments, started basically a task force just for this case and have spent thousands of hours working tons of leads. We can't say exactly what brought us here, but it was a very thorough investigation, mainly by our New Orleans Marshals, and then they sent us information which we corroborated and was able to locate him at this location.
We are so thankful for the bravery and courage of all the officers involved in this operation. He is the 10th of 10 individuals to be taken into custody from the Orleans Parish incident.
New Orleans Deputy U.S. Marshal Brian Fair emphasized bringing Groves back into custody was a collaborative effort.
The law enforcement effort between the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, the New Orleans Police Department, Louisiana State Police, HSI, FBI, and the U.S. Marshals. So all these agencies contributed to what happened today.
And Fair says it's not clear whether Groves had been working or had otherwise changed his appearance while on the run for nearly 5 months. Fair says the investigation into Groves' escape and subsequent disappearance is ongoing. Lauren.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Derek Grove's mother told the Associated Press that she woke up to seeing the news of her son's capture on the internet. Stephanie Groves told them she is all messed up and just trying to talk to him. She said that she did not know why he went to Atlanta and had not been in contact with him after he escaped. And she says after the escape, her family has been followed and under surveillance. She told them, quote, "It's just been a mess," and that she's glad it's over with.
So as far as what the mother just said, I can't even imagine the things that the family, assuming that the family had nothing, or portions of the family didn't have anything to do with this. And I say portions for a reason. I'm going to get into that here in a second. But assuming that the family weren't aiding and abetting Derek Groves in this situation, I feel terrible for them. And this is one thing that I don't think that Derek or any of the other escapees thought about, is the amount of turmoil that your friends and family are going to go through, because now the FBI and now the police are now following your family, and it's now re-traumatizing for the people that you say that you care about the most. You know, so this entire time, so even though I did a video on this, I actually forgot about this. I forgot that this was even a thing, that there was even, I know that I remember posting a video a few months ago about one of the escapees that posted onto social media and those sorts of things and was trying to get a pardon from President Trump, those sorts of things. But I forgot that there was even another person out there. And so all these months, this family has been, I don't want to say harassed, but for lack of a better term, inconvenienced by law enforcement for good reason, right? So on one hand, I feel bad for the family, but at the same time, we do have an escaped convict out there that you are related to, so it only makes sense that at some point in time, they're going to reach out to you. Now, with that being said, I don't think that this investigation, they said the investigation is not over with. And I think that there's going to be other arrests that come because of this. You don't escape prison from New Orleans, end up in Atlanta without getting help from other people. So it's going to be interesting to see the dynamics and what stories come out of this now that this person has been caught. Who has been helping him? Did he reach out to an ex? Was there someone else that he was dating? Was there, is the family lying? Were they actually helping him out? Were they connecting him to friends of family? But it's not likely that this person or any person was doing this all completely underground. Whose place was he staying at? Did the person know that he was there? Obviously, he was in a crawl space. That's one of the things that they said in the report. But did he get to the crawl space, or was he living there and then eventually got into the crawl space? How was he eating this entire time? Where was he getting money this entire time, right? How was he getting back and forth? I would seriously doubt that he walked from New Orleans all the way to Atlanta. And then one of the questions that they asked was, why Atlanta? Was this a part of the plan? Was this a part of the plot? Was for him to get to Atlanta because he knew that he had other people there? And one of the things that they mentioned in the report was the disguises that he had. Now, one of the things I remember several months ago when I was following this case, one of the things that they questioned about this gentleman in particular, and remember, one of the things I mentioned was that he is, I'll just give him a title of an escape artist. And one of the things that they thought, one of the reasons why they thought that he was able to get away with this for so long was because he was dressing like a woman. He was disguising himself as a woman for a long period of time. And so I'm wondering, and if you're not familiar with Atlanta, there's a high population of cross-dressers, and there's a high population of men on the DL and those sorts of things. And so I wonder if that was a part of the reason why he chose Atlanta, was because he would be able to kind of, number one, also there's a high population of African Americans in Atlanta as well. So I wonder if those were some of the reasons why he targeted Atlanta, but I also wonder if he had people there already. Was he friends with someone who was released and then they reconnected? Those type of things can happen as well. But we will have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And also, if you enjoy this type of content, if you enjoy true crime, if you enjoy talking about different current events that are happening in the news, not only make sure you follow here, but not only here on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to my Substack as well, where I keep people updated on different situations like this as well. So with all that being said, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. You guys have a good one.